Brave sound. This is brave sound. Brave sound. Brave sound. Drop it. Call me on your spell. I want brave sound.
Hi.
Hi.
This is Ben.
And this is Ildi.
And we are still watching Brave Sound music because
I'll never stop.
Again, as we mentioned before, we take this very seriously. So I hope you guys do the same and give us great feedback and get into discussions. So what is the next song that we are watching now?
The next song is from one of my all-time favourite groups. They're probably top 3. Dalshabet.
Oh yeah, I remember when we were watching the unit and we were talking about the unit. Sorry. Then we were talking about the unit. Ben, your heart was almost breaking at certain points, right?
Yeah, with Wooey and Seti.
You were just like, oh, it hurts, it's aching. Yeah.
Yeah. But that was more for the disbanded people because Dalshabet are gone now, unfortunately. But Subin from Dalshabet is an amazing solo artist, and you need to look at her. She's now called Tal Subin with lots of O's, and she made a song called Catch Up, and it's absolutely mad and amazing. And everyone needs to look at Subin because she's, even if you don't like Dalshabet, her music is nothing like Dalshabet. It's crazy. Oh, okay. She's like a proper indie artist now.
That is interesting.
She's so good.
I probably heard, if it's she's an indie artist, because this is what comes up on my Discovery Weekly, I probably heard her already. I'm very much looking forward to this.
Yeah, I love this song. This is one of my favourites of theirs, definitely. I don't know if it's my favourite overall, but I really like it.
It's just there's so much good stuff. But we're already in 2016.
Yeah, this is 2016, this song.
Oh, might be
so this is going to be an update to the Brave Sound blueprint, It's still a Brave Sound song, but it's not. It sounds less dated, I guess, than some of his stuff.
Again, I do not agree with this whole kind of dated idea, really.
I guess it's only dated for me because I just look back at 2013, 2014, and I'm like, that's what K-pop sounds like, because that's when Brave Sound was doing his thing.
Yeah, it's tricky, I think, because exactly with Brave Sound song that we just watched, especially in the beginning. Some of those just evergreen. Yeah. Honestly, evergreen.
I don't get me wrong, I think all of his songs are timeless, but I don't think that you'd ever hear anything like them coming out now.
That is true.
Can you imagine Teen Top's Miss Right coming out now? That's just not going to happen. I'd love it to happen, but it's just not going to happen, Yeah,
it would be commercially very much a tricky thing to do, I would say. But anyway, this is, even though I would love to, be on the panel to make these decisions for what should came out, unfortunately we are not in that situation. Who knows, maybe one day. Maybe. Anyway, so let's go into Someone Like You. And this hopefully is going to be a happier version than Adele, right?
Oh, don't worry, it is.
Over here. Dalshabet.
Brave Sound, drop it.
Oh. This is a great song.
You'll be thinking of No Captain the whole time as well. Go Seti! Leader! You know Woody very well. Here's our indie artist. Go on, Subin.
Love the vocal alone.
God, yes.
And then this is a sound that I like for girl groups a lot. Again,
quite 80s.
And don't forget, my favorite thing, one of my favorite things, not a high-pitched chorus, but it's a mid-range chorus, or even deep.
But it's got the just like it, baby, pretty high.
Yeah, but then just like it. There is somebody singing a vocal over. Rap?
Yeah. This is Seri's first attempt at doing rap. She's a vocalist.
Oh, yeah.
But their rapper left.
Go girls.
A young confirmed Wimbledon pro.
Loving her shoes as well.
Loving the cowbell too.
Shoes again, really set of shoes.
The dance to this is super cool too.
The sound is, it's really cool for me.
The jacket dance. Maybe that's the thing with Brave Sound too, with Teen Top earlier. Check out all the colour guns.
Oh yeah.
They've got beautiful colourful assault rifles.
Some Republicans would love this.
They also had a song
Oh
called
no,
Mr.
got
Bang
that.
Bang.
Exactly how you said it. I was thinking it
You'll be
already.
all over it now. It's so catchy, this song.
Oh, the guy. Shut up.
Don't worry, he's getting his just desserts from all the pink M16s.
I mean, yeah, handsome dude, Yeah, the problem with these guys is just like... Hey, fun!
I personally thought this was the song of the year in 2016.
It's very... Oh, shoes. All of them are
The
great.
pantsuit, that was pretty good stuff.
Yeah. Oh,
Subin's
I
suit
love
and
it.
that.
Okay, first
Down
of
to the
all...
ground.
Okay, I will try to, concentrate. I will talk about the music as well, but like the styling of it is great. It looks classy. It's very, very sexy, but not sexy. And just like the shoes. I mean,
You're all over the shoes.
I'm not somebody who's like, really into like fashion or anything like that. But I do find like unique pieces, very appealing. So. We guys, we live in Oxford, and like there is this place called Bicester Village very nearby, which is like basically like shopping, whatever.
It's literally under 10 miles from where I grew up.
Anyway, so like I went there a couple of times because of work or whatever, and it was very funny because like when I go with colleagues and they always pick up like general stuff, and I go for like the K-pop looking weird things, and that includes like interesting shoes. Okay, styling was great. They were all very charming. Loving it. I think the concept was also very cute with like the colorful, rifles or whatever that they did. So I thought it was very funny, and I was thinking about like the song, and I'm definitely going to add this to I have this Fierce K Girls playlist on Spotify, which have like G Idol and like that sort of stuff on it, and this is 1% for me, and I think we both like the 80s sounds revisited.
Definitely.
So like if something
modernized
80s sounds are always good, because, and I was thinking why is that while listening to that song. And again, if you are into pop music and you are kind of somebody who then goes into a bit deeper and listens to different eras, whatever, 80s was one of the like the prime of pop music in terms of what we listen to today. A lot of things were discovered, a lot of things were tried out for the first time, and still it's the 80s sounds just make an appearance sometimes without people noticing it who don't know those basics. And this was just done very tastefully, really, really cool. Love the chorus.
Absolutely.
Very well balanced.
I love the
playlist.
almost
Spotify playlist I did.
100%. I love the almost like, it's kind of like almost deep house, the bass in this song, because it's so low down. It's just this quiet, like really low down when they're doing the Noga Twin.
Yeah. It's interesting, almost interesting how it was put together, that you have a very low bass and then you have like a lower chorus, but then you have a high pitched chorus over it, and just kind of like, it almost had like a bit of like a couple of gaps. If you were to create like a very rich sound in terms of, let's put something into every range.
Everything's quite far apart.
Yeah, everything's quite, yeah. But it just sounded great. It all harmonized very well.
As you pointed out, the layering of the vocals was just...
It was excellent.
Perfect.
Excellent. I'm looking forward to listening to this again with headphones on, because probably it's going to be like, just like, juicy.
The bass line is just
beautiful.
delicious.
Yeah, delicious. Like,
I swear that it's delicious. I swear that it's delicious. I swear that
Yeah, oh my god, it's hard to say because we listen to so many great songs in this series and I'm like trying to select like my favorites. I think, I think probably I'm gonna say like, you know, After School, Zaya, and like this is like the top 3.
Awesome.
In terms of songs that I like. Obviously like the concepts are all great and whatever, so it's like, but probably these are like the top songs that like he worked on or like he produced that are like with the list that we just watched. Again, many episodes if you want to check it out. These would be the top 3. Love it. Yeah.
Awesome.
Quickly climbed up.
I'm glad. Well, you know, like I love every single song that we've watched today. They're all well up there in my all-time favourites. Bestie and AOA are above all else, I think, for me. But then probably it's, what would my number 3 even be of these? I love all of them so much.
I think it's very hard for you to select. And don't forget, like you heard this many, many times and I just heard a lot of them for the first time. At least, or in some cases, the full song.
I think mine might be AOA number 1, Bestie number 2, and then Dalshabet number 3.
I think I'm going to add U-Kiss's Man Man Honey.
That song is awesome too.
To number 4.
Yeah.
Because that is just like legendary,
it's so
really.
great.
Legendary. You know. But this is a great song. and again it's almost like, again, the song is very well matched with the concept of, you know, these are not young girls anymore. These are like young women who are like confident and cool and the way when I was looking at them in this music video and the way they were delivering the song as well, they just look comfortable in their own bodies and they look comfortable in their own, you know, with their personalities and like, you know, where they are at the time. So it's like it just all fitted very well together, just like what we talked about, like the whole layering of the song, that it was just nicely done together and it all works in one concise, clear picture.
Yeah, I just was glad that you could still hear their vocal timbres because especially Subin, her vocal timbre is kind of very odd, but really, really cool. And she's a seriously talented vocalist. Like her technique is like off the chart.
Notch, yeah.
She's so good.
Want to die 숨을 깊게 내뱉어 끝이 없는 잠수 속 손을 뻗었을 때 아무도 없었어.
And Seri with her rap. She came in with a rap that was amazing, and she'd never done it before. I'm just like a proud dad with Dalshabet. I just love them.
I mean, really,
even though they're older than me.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I don't even know. Like, these things don't matter really with great music. It's just, yeah.
Big love.
What's not to love, really, what's not to love?
So, are you also on the Brave Sound train?
I think I am, definitely. Especially because, like, with the Brave Sound train, with somebody like him and his, you know, producing team members, or I'm guessing, you can learn about K-pop's history with him. So I really hope that you guys learned as well, just like I did. Because this is a great journey in that sense, and like we are trying to give you guys a unique lens in that sense to kind of rediscover and discover different eras of this wonderful genre that we just love so much, you know, through the eyes of something else. And it's almost interesting that thanks to you, Ben, I got to then, you know, see it, you know, how it developed and how it changed. And obviously concept change, and you cannot ignore the performances and the music videos, but I mean, Brave Sound is not only a sound maker, but also sound of an era almost.
Yeah. I think that's why I love it so much, because his sound is like the defining sound of the era in which I became a fan. So probably that helps a lot, because when I think of K-pop, I think of Brave Sound songs from like 2013, 2014, and I'm just like, that is what I want out of K-pop.
It's also very important because, like, to be fair, like, even, you know, if you're a recent fan, it's important to know about these things, I feel. So you're able to compare and, like, able to, you know, make a better judgment of, like, you know, what's quality and what's not. And also, I mean, his legacy. I almost feel that you have an obligation, if you're, like, say, like, oh, I'm a big K-pop fan, to kind of look into somebody's, like, Brave Sound's legacy. I mean, guys, just like in the earlier videos, variety shows. Gosh, we hear this. Like, even if you watch recent songs from like whatever recent artist being on a show, this is literally what they play in the background. I
didn't even necessarily pick the most popular songs he's made. Yeah. Like, there's probably more popular ones that he's made than these, but these are just ones I love.
So again, guys, like, tell us like what what are the songs that it was your favorite from Brave Sounds Music. What are like what were the really popular songs, like if, in case you happen to live in Korea or anything like that, because we are very glad, by the way, that we have quite a big Korean audience nowadays.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
hi guys. You want to say hello?
안녕하세요. I mean, we are honored. Honestly, we are honored that you take the time to listen to us or anything, and we are so happy to learn from you as well when you give us comments about especially on like older K-pop classics. We think
I only learned about Juice because of one of our commenters, and Juice are awesome.
Yeah. So it's kind of like we learned about like what was H.O.T's background and why they came out with the song that they came out, and I was like it's great, finally somebody can tell me. So we are very, very grateful. 감사합니다. Like, love it. Anyway, we appreciate obviously all of you, and it's wonderful that like we have this international community anyway. So do you think that's an okay wrap up for our Brave Sound journey, or should we watch something more?
No, I think that's a good enough wrap up. If we watch any more, we're just going to bore everyone. I mean, how many songs is this?
I mean,
this is more than we've watched for anything else so far, I think.
I think this was the longest one. I think Boa is the second longest.
Yeah, Boa's second.
And then Super Junior and Shimba like tied.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, definitely. I mean, there's just so much to love and so much to learn. So, guys, we encourage that you continue on this journey as well. And again, let us know what you thought. And we love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.